Hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Let me pull some stuff up. New video game means new audio balancing, and I'll write it down so if this game takes more than one stream, we won't have to do this next time. Let me pull this stuff up. I'm fairly tired today, so we'll see how things go. I did not sleep well the first half of this week, so we'll see how things go. Let me see. Let me go ahead and get the game audio on here real quick. I don't really know how to... I don't know where the audio is really going to be in this. So this is definitely very loud right now. Let me bump this down. I let this loop a bit earlier, but there's not a lot of audio going on the screen. So I'm just going to go ahead and start the game here real quick and see what happens. I'm going to turn my audio down. I don't feel terrible at where this is at right now. Oh, Awaken. Kid Dracula. Kid Alucard. I wonder if like the hair color for Alucard from Symphony of the Night actually came from this, because I mean in Castlevania 3 Alucard's hair is black. This sounds actually pretty good so far. I might lower the game audio just a little bit, but I generally feel good about this though. Where did I put my pencil? So I think we're gonna settle with like minus 29-ish. A little lower than Mega Man X3. And this game is called Kid Dracula. Video games. Alright. Oh, I got a menu here. Okay. Oh, and then let me stop listening to the stream, and then is Chrome going to close? Goodbye, Chrome. There we go. And then turn my audio up. Hey, Alex, how's it going? Just getting started here. The usual audio balance dance going on. So I think it's good right now, though. I'm gonna actually switch the button. I prefer X and square. Like X for jump and then square for selected charged magic power. Select charge. Let's do that. That sounds good enough. I guess like the Nintendo 64 orientation of A and B is basically what I'm gonna do. Hey, you can throw it down, I forgot. And then you hold down to charge. And then when we get new weapons, basically just press for everything. Oh! Yeah, I was just saying earlier, a little bit earlier, Alex, that a little tired, so I'm gonna hopefully not be too sleepy and low energy for this game. Although from what we played last time, this game seems pretty forgiving for the most part. I mean, at the very least, we have three health here. I mean, I guess Castlevania games have always had a health bar, though. It's not like it's never been like a one-hit kill. Oh, money, give it to me. Oh. Okay. Good luck on restarting your phone. Yeah, it said Josh was here last week and the beginning of this week, so it didn't really do a ton. Well, actually, that's kind of a lie. I actually did get a lot of work done over the weekend. I don't know if it's because I couldn't like play games with people or get in like online chats with people, but like I just kept really busy the whole weekend. So I actually got a lot done. I'm trying a new format of video. I don't know if it's going to be any good. I don't really want to say what it is yet because I'm a little worried that if I talk about it too much, maybe it'd get picked up somewhere and then I would not have, I guess, it's kind of shitty to feel like to be like, oh, I want first dibs on this thing, but I did the research on it, and I kind of just want to, like, do my thing for it, and hopefully, if I don't talk about it too much, I won't feel as, like, rushed to do it. And it's nothing, like, super timely or anything, just something I took notice of, and was like, huh, let me look into this, and I think what I found was kind of interesting, so I'll continue to look at that stuff. But yeah, I opened I think on the podcast I said I wasn't sure what I was going to do yet, but I opened the research and archiving section on the website. So right now it's just the old Final Fantasy XI stuff I did there, as well as like a very old, I had forgotten about this, a Phantasy Star Online Xbox post I did about playing Phantasy Star Online for the Xbox Online, which I ended up buying because I couldn't ever find like clear information on what like, oh, he's got a little bow in his hair. I like that. That's cute. But I could never find like clear information of whether or not you could play Phantasy Star Online like for the Xbox Online or offline, because you can't play it online. I didn't look in to see if there are any like oh, weird, these don't have any like you're not moving to these at all. You're just on it. But like basically with Phantasy Star Online for the Xbox, you can't just play that game out of the box. So if you try to play the game on a like fresh brand new Xbox without anything done, you can't play it. The reason why is it actually requires you to have a registered gamer tag on that system. And so when you have the gamer tag, then you can associate that tag with a save slot in that game. You can associate multiple gamer tags on that account, and you can actually associate the same gamer tag with multiple slots. So I think you can have up to like 16 or something characters, something crazy like that, 1632 characters. But you have to have at one point have put a gamer tag on that system. The point I wasn't able to clarify in the article was basically I don't know what methods there are to transfer gamer tags these days. I know there was a memory card system where you could transfer gamer tags in the past on the Xbox, but I don't know if you can still do that today on a legitimate console. I'm not sure if it's like one of those cases where you'd have to hack the console to do it. So, oh boy. So yeah, so the box says, hey, requires Xbox Live to play, but it just really required that at one point that Xbox, or at least that gamer tag, was made. So, alright. Oh boy. But yeah, I just basically made a post about it, and then I basically put it on the Wikipedia for the page and was like, hey, you can just play this game online, despite what a lot of people on the internet might say. God, I was not looking at the screen and jumped bad. Oh, this is a good chunk back, isn't it? Wait, am I? Oh, I'm going backwards. Whoops. But yeah. So, did I start facing that way, or did I accidentally turn that way? That was weird. So, yeah, it was a fun thing. I wrote it in, like, 2014, and, you know, for the investment to figure that out was, like, you know, that Xbox version of Phantasy Star Online is quite cheap. It's, like, maybe... I think I maybe paid $10 for it or less. So I think generally it's been cheaper because people like view it as like having no value. Also, the Xbox isn't a particularly collectible console, I feel like. Or at least I don't really see people trying to collect for it. I was trying to see like what the input delay is on this. I feel like there's quite a bit of delay between the time I press the button and I move. I usually don't have too much trouble with that, but maybe it's because I'm actually, I don't know, I've played a lot of old games on this TV before. Let me pay attention to what I'm doing and not kill myself. So yeah, so the big things that are going to be going up there are that one thing I was talking about that I don't really want to go too much into depth about right now, at least not until I get closer to figuring out how I want to handle it. The other thing is, I'll have the post for Hunex Fighters 98 go up. So that's gonna hopefully have a bunch of information on it in terms of how to play Hunex Fighters 98. Yes, homing spell. Does this, like, take energy? Hamidakuji. Which will it be? But I think this just, like, spawns some stuff, doesn't it? Yeah, so it doesn't even matter. So yeah, for the Hunex stuff, the resources I'm going to plan to have are basically the guide of how to unlock it on console if you just want to play through the game. Guess the number. Try your luck. 2 coins, 4, 1 medal. I think I have 1 medal. Or wait, how many coins do I have? I don't know. 5 up. Sure. Too bad. I feel like this is actually a bad minigame to get. Can I back out of this, or do I have to spend my coins? I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, so basically a way to like go through it and unlock the game, or to I'm providing a save state for meta. Is it Metavnafang or something like that? The sound is so faint. I've noticed there's no graphic for anything connecting. Is it just the game audio, or is it like something in my sound setup that like is it too low audio wise? Oh, I didn't get the coin. Oh no. Ooh. I don't know what the continue system's like in this game. Like, I don't know if I can just keep going, or if we're gonna have like some issues because if I die a bunch, we'll have to start the whole game over or something. Oh boy, girls! Oh no, did that girl like... That's some nasty knockback if you do get hit, though. Big Mega Man area right here. Like, all these graphics remind me of, like, Mega Man graphics. Oh, PSO on the Xbox is up. I made that in, like, 2014. It really is just a post explaining how that stuff works. And it's nothing, like, special. It's basically just like, hey, there's a bunch of information on the internet that says you can't play this game online, which isn't true. Or play this game offline, which isn't true. You can, it just is under strange circumstances. I guess I want to do this? Okay, yeah, this lag. But yeah, that's in the research and archiving section. If you go there, it's like the 3rd post down. I don't have a lot in there right now. But the Hunex stuff is going up there with the video for Hunex. And then I'm also going to put the DS screen resizing stuff in there, I think, eventually, that I use to modify the screen values for the DS emulation on Wii U. There we go. Oh yeah, it is very light. Okay, there we go. I ordered that help. Okay, now I don't know how this is gonna work because I can't actually see that platform down there, and I don't think I can make the jump to this platform to the left. This seems like a poorly designed platform. Okay, I lucked out. Okay. These platforms are really finicky too. Nice. I think I just want to go right here. Okay. Oh, I forgot I have that homing tack thing. Oh, okay. Oh no. Oh no! Where am I? Did I die? Oh, there I am. Okay. Oh, I'm getting hit. Maybe. This is slowing down real bad. Oh man. Oh man, I hate this. Oh, that was real rough. This homing attack is weird. I don't know if I like it. It's interesting. Just like the mechanics of how it works, it like isn't just like a typical spread shot. Great. At least we'll find out pretty quickly what's gonna happen here if I run out of lives, probably. I guess it's slower is the one downside of the homing attack, but it's weird. Let me try to jump properly this time. It's a very sluggish game. I would not say this particularly feels great to play. It's not bad. Oh wait, no. I need to go up one more platform and then jump now. Hey Zero, how's it going? Ah, there we go. Just started Kick Dracula. Did you start Devil May Cry 5 yet? I know you're talking about it earlier. Ah. I don't know when I'll get back to Devil May Cry. I feel like I'd want to play some other character action game other than Devil May Cry 5. Bayonetta is definitely on the list. Oh boy. I don't like these turtles at all. Alright, let's change weapons here. If it lets me. I don't think it's letting me right now. Oh, I think I see what you mean about the damage sound not being very high. Oh man. Okay, just stand very still. Oh! Oh, I hate this. Alright, we're slowing down. Whew, okay. Oh boy. I don't know how much I should care about these coins. They don't seem super useful so far. Yes, a real Castlevania game. Fighting the Castlevania chicken. I wonder if I can't switch weapons while the homing attack is on screen, is what it is. Alright, is this a two-layered boss again? Nope, that's just the end. Boom, I got bombs. Let's try for Garapon. Let's see. Wait, which row was that? That's B. I think it's this one. Oh well. Didn't get it. Got roulette again. I actually don't like roulette. It hasn't been hard enough that I've needed save states yet. I've been trying to shy away from save states lately. I used to be really big into them for retro games. Now I use them more if I just absolutely need to. Like, I played through the majority of the Shinobi series. There we go. Got a bunch of lives. Good luck. I played through the majority of the Shinobi, or not the majority of the Shinobi series, but like the majority of the Shinobi series that I've played, I've used save states. I also played the Mega Man Zero with save states, and you know, I think I used to be a bit more willing to just kind of blanket do it, but now I think I would be a bit more cautious. The reason being is that, like, I feel like sometimes the difficulty of a game can or like reducing the difficulty of a game can like reduce kind of your, I don't know the best word for it, like in the same way that like I feel like maybe like using the fast forward feature in the Final Fantasy games and stuff might feel there's like it kind of takes away from the experience in some sense. But you know, I don't really blame anybody for wanting to use them. It's definitely a big time saver more than anything. And definitely like the more and more, you know, time spent on a game and the more frustration you get, I think it's definitely worth keeping as an option in the back of your pocket. Okay. I don't think there's anything wrong with using save states, I guess is what I'm saying. But I guess I try to avoid using it now if I don't have to. Because I guess it keeps the game more in line with you know, its actual challenge. Although I think like sometimes some stuff is a bit, you know, extreme, like Castlevania 3 in America being like way overly hard because they're trying to battle the rental market, and like in the American version they changed the difficulty and stuff, and it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, I think in that case, I probably would maybe stick a little closer to the Japanese version and try to keep that. Like, I think there are like Castlevania 3 mods where you play the English version of the game, but with the Japanese difficulty. So. Okay. Oh, okay. There's like no like finesse to this jump, so like if I jump, I just jump the whole way. Oh god. All right. No breakable walls in this game so far either. Oh jeez, I didn't realize they shut off the walls like that. Oh gosh. Sorry, I will look at chat here in a second. This game, this area is full of surprises. And by surprises, I mean just those little guys wiggling from off screen. Oh, is this a boss fight now? Oh no, it's a bubble squid. Let's see if the bomb works on this guy. Not really. Or at least nothing special. Oh, that was close. I feel like he's moving more and more back and forth. Nope. Oh, that's right. We have lives now. Okay. I wonder if let's see if they have any options for that stuff. How do you do the menu in here? Let's see what kind of options they got. That's the frame, controls, just display settings. Yeah, unfortunately not really a lot of that. At least they let you like rebind the buttons. Okay. Also that silly ready menu. I still need to get Shinobi on 3DS at some point. That game seemed pretty alright. Man, the knockback on this kid. Okay. There we go. I don't know what these are. If they're like little worms or people. I went game shopping over the weekend. That was interesting. There's like 3 game stores I went to. Let me get out of this bomb. It's like 3 game stores locally. I also went to some stops, but I didn't really find anything. Oh my gosh, please. Let's see. And I try when I go out game shopping, I try to spend money, because I feel like I should support the local game shops. I think like when game shops are around, I don't really spend a lot of time at them, but when they're not around, I'm always sad they're not around. I kind of like it's nice to be able to browse sometimes. I hope I don't die because the walk back here is not particularly... It's not long, but it's not particularly fast either. Okay, I think we're good. Yay. I'm so baddie now. Which will it be? I don't know. Let's just go. No point in trying to line it up when it's just gonna throw some lines in there anyways. Okay, this is the one I wanted. But yeah, so I picked up, I posted the picture on Twitter, but I picked up some Super CD games to the PC Engine. I think I opted not to buy a PC Engine for now. I was thinking about it, and I was like, maybe I'll do the, what's it called? The, there we go. I was like, maybe I'll do the Polymega, but then I was like, I don't really want to, like, based off what they were saying about the Polymega, like, it's a good compromise, but it's not really what I am looking for. Is this game also has weird ice mechanics. And so I guess what I decided, nice jump. Hey Vink, nope, this is the PS4 release. Did this come out on Switch? The what's it called? I can't remember what platforms it came out, but yeah. I haven't messed. I probably should buy more games on Switch, but oh please. Oh god, I forgot it's ice level. Please. Okay. I probably should buy more games on Switch, but I'm doing a very good job with this very easy platforming section. PS4 has really been my main console this generation. I feel like that hasn't been so much the case. Like, I really like the Wii U, but I think the thing with the Wii U is that it had like a gimmick or a neat thing, or like a like I would always get Nintendo's consoles mainly, like, at least since the Wii, because like, oh, you know, this game on Wii doesn't like technically play better, but it has this cool like control scheme. I'm doing terrible at this. I need to have a running start. I'm burning all my lives. like this game may not be technically great. I'm so sorry. This game might not be technically great, but it has like a unique thing to it, where I feel like with the Switch, there's like, I don't play games portably very much, so it's just like, I feel so good right now. I don't play games portably very much, so like the thing about the platform that that would you know, is the selling point is I like how you called me a pro gamer earlier, or a true gamer earlier, Zero, and I'm like, yes, I'm gonna lose 8 lives to this pit. Like, the main selling point of the Switch is the portability, and I don't really play games portably, I guess is really what I'm just trying to say. So like, I really have been mainly sticking to PS4 stuff this generation. I feel like, unless it's like Nintendo stuff. I'm like, Nintendo first party is the only first party I really care about. This little man is gonna give me so much trouble. I'm probably gonna skip the PC Engine Mini because, like, and I don't know if you've gotten this impression from me, Vink, but like, let's see, can I actually continue reasonably? Okay. I don't really care so much about the games that made like the PC Engine popular. I just care about like checking out cool stuff that I haven't really like heard of before. So I really don't have a need to play Rondo of Blood. Like, I do from a Castlevania standpoint, but But like, I don't need a PC Engine Mini to do that. That's available out there, and like, I don't really have any real interest in like Bonk or anything like that. I just want to check some cool stuff out, I guess. And so like, I like just exploring a library more than anything. What am I supposed to? Oh, I have a bat. Let me use my thumb bat. But anyways, yeah. So like, I don't know. The oh, and then I turn my bat off. All right, bye, Pink. But yeah, I guess like the point I was trying to get to earlier is like I keep trying to shoot. I'm a dummy. Should just fly over all this. Anyways, the point I'm trying to get to is that like I could just play the stuff that's on there, but like that stuff gets re-released enough in so many different like ways that like I'm good. Like that's fine. People call me like a video game hipster sometimes, which maybe isn't exactly inaccurate. I don't know. I just like don't have a lot of interest in playing the majority of things that people I don't really know what to like. I don't like this position here. And I'm trying to figure out if I have like okay, 3. I need to actually pay attention to this video game. Alright, go. But yeah, I don't know, like, I picked up Monster Maker over the weekend, and like, I have no idea what Monster Maker is, but it looks neat, and I just want to find out what Monster Maker is. Like, that's like the fun thing about it for me. And yeah, I could just look it up on YouTube, but hey, what if I checked it out? But if it's like, you know, Bonk, I kind of know what Bonk is. Maybe I should just platform across that one, and then save the bat for this one, because this one I have a bit more space to work with, even though he throws that out. Hopefully there's not a limited number of continues this game, but I'm sorry that it's not working out for you, Alex. I am having a great time. I'm not sure why I'm having so much trouble with this suddenly. In terms of like this specific, like I don't know what's up with this platforming that's happening right here. That's like, that's easy. This is the part that is problematic. So let's do this. Yeah. Okay, throw your stuff. Man, you throw stuff so far. There we go. Okay, we got some health there. I don't know if that was well explained, but like I don't want to sit there and say like I don't have any interest in playing like, you know, like mainstream video games. Like I just played Mega Man X3 over, you know, the stream and stuff, and I feel like Kid Dracula is fairly well known. Although like honestly, I can't say I really knew like what to expect from this game as a whole so far. Like for the most part, I had. If at some point I learned about these different, like, you know, weapons and stuff, I couldn't remember them. But I think it's part of like the reason why I also don't have a ton of interest in like Super Nintendo maybe, is that I feel like a lot of the games on there, like I kind of know what they are for the most part. Maybe. I don't know. I like being surprised by games. And it's like, if I play Chrono Trigger or something, like, everybody knows Chrono Trigger's good. I know Chrono Trigger's good. And so, like, when I go to play it, I'm not really surprised by any part of it. I'm just kind of like, yeah, that's about right. Like, this is about what I expected from this video game. And I don't think that's a bad thing, per se. Like, Mega Man X3, I didn't dislike it, but I didn't really feel anything for it either. I was like, yeah, they did Mega Man X2 again, and like, that's cool. Mega Man X2 is a great game. Mega Man X2 is my favorite Mega Man X so far. And so Mega Man X3 being more of that just makes it like, it's like it's a good game. Like that's just kind of how it is. But it's kind of like this is no part of Mega Man X3 made me go like, wow, that's interesting that they did this with this game. And I think that's probably what Mega Man X2 gave me, because like I went back and played Mega Man X1, and I was just like, I'm so glad I'm past that platforming part. Like I was too busy talking, so like my brain just was not thinking about anything what was going on. But like Mega Man X1 has the inkling, or whatever, not inkling, like the roots of what Mega Man X2 really did, and like I didn't see those roots at the time, and it's cool that that stuff was in there. But I really didn't like get that, like, because I wasn't really looking for it. I really didn't know that was there, and like I didn't collect any of the power-ups in that game ever, so I just kind of more or less just passed by it without ever knowing that any of that like side content was there, like where you go down the different paths and get different power-ups to access different things. But X2 really like expanded on that and like made it a lot more obvious that was a thing. Oh boy. Alright. So I guess I don't know if I've over-explained it, but I feel like I generally have conveyed what makes me like Mega Man X2 over 3 and ooh boy. There we go. I think that generally conveys why I like Mega Man X2 over X1 and X3. I spell cool. Yeah, and I think that's one of those things where it's like I have very different standards when it comes to games too, and that's like a lot of my videos are trying to explain of like, hey, I think this is cool for these reasons, and I have to like, I love Castlevania 64. A lot of the stuff in Castlevania 64 really doesn't bother me, but I really have to think about other people and like how they will react to a game like that. Because the last thing I want to do is send somebody flying into Castlevania 64 thinking, oh, this is going to be a great Nintendo 64 game. And it's great in its ways. But maybe like Ocarina of Time level amazing. Like, it's not that. You know, it has its problems. It has a lot of problems. But you just, like... I just want people to know that that's not the case, I guess. Please. Aw, bad. I think that's the biggest challenge. And I feel kind of bad that like currently my format for videos is like I'm gonna front load all the good stuff, and then on the back end I'm gonna talk about, you know, the stuff that is like not so good. But at the same time, it's like it's kind of like the inverted pyramid thing with like news writing. It's like you have to get your audience interested first, and then like the rest of it. Oh, I need to turn into a bat there. The rest of that can like kind of come later, I guess. Like the stuff that's not as important. Because like you can go on the internet and find plenty of people. Oh, hello. Plenty of people on the internet who are going to tell you Castlevania 64 is a bad game, so I don't need to really, like, that's not the important part of my video, and I don't want to just, like, you know, drive someone off because, like, oh, another dude just talking bad about Castlevania 64, you know, that's not what makes my video interesting. Although I still haven't watched the other Castlevania 64 videos that came out in the last year. I saw a lot of people posting videos, and the description seemed to be very much like, hey, hello, Spider-Man. Seemed to be very much like, hey, I like this game, which is cool. Oh boy, it's really weird when you get off the top of the screen. There we go. All right. I don't know if when he ground pounds if that does anything. I do remember when I bought Dirge Server as Final Fantasy VII, my sister's boyfriend at the time gave me so much garbage about it. And maybe he's not wrong, but you know, I don't know. I like Dirge Server as it's fun. Oh, ow. Okay. Oh, when it honks, that thing's coming. Okay. But yeah, I think people, you know, I think people are generally more open to games not being so polished these days. Maybe a lot of that comes from, you know, like early access games and indie games in general, like coming out and just like, you know, being like, hey, I'm one dude who worked on this and this game's kind of messed up. That and like physics-based games that might, like, you know, not like part of the reason they work is because they're broken. But I don't know. Oh, hello. What is this? Is that Freddy or Jason? Oh man, this is getting dangerous. I don't think I want to be back on the back of the train here. We're on. We're up. Go. Go, 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 go. I think the point I was trying to get to earlier with the Duo R, though, is that, so what will probably happen is I probably won't bother buying one until I have a video that I'm passionate enough about doing and that, like, having real hardware will matter. So for now, I'm just going to buy the games, play them on emulator, and then, you know, when the Duo's PC, or, you know, Team Innocent comes around for me, where I'm just like, oh, I care about this game to finally do a video on this, then I can handle it then. And dump the money, and I forgot I need to be a bat for that. Yeah, I mean, I would agree with you that I don't think words like objective really have any place in a lot of things. A lot of things. When it comes to, like, you know, appreciating art. Yeah, there's probably things, but I don't know. I feel like I do like the good and bad, but I always like balance it. Like I'm always like, hey, here's the good stuff, but then like, hey, here's the bad stuff that kind of offsets it. I'm doing real great. Oops. I'm really hoping this game has unlimited continues because I don't want to play it over again. I could make a safety save state. Oh, no, 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 I need to turn into a bat. I forgot. Alright. Let me turn into a bat this time. Let me choose the bat right now. But yeah, I don't know. In general, I'm a little... I feel like I'm unhappy with game coverage in a lot of ways. I don't know. Like, modern game coverage just, I don't know the best word for it. You know, I definitely think most websites these days are game culture websites. They're not so much like, you know, websites about games. And I don't mean that in a like hey, keep your politics out of our video games thing. Like I feel like the articles that really matter typically aren't like, I feel like a lot of the heavy-hitting articles aren't really about games per se. They're about things around games, which is super valuable. Like, I don't want to get the impression that I'm like, hey, stick only to games. Like, there's some website called like Exclusively Games or something that some YouTuber that my friend's into reads or well, I don't think he reads it, but I think the YouTuber runs this website. And I can definitely appreciate them trying to do what they're doing. You know, I think people, like, I seem to recall somebody criticizing these style websites that are just like, hey, we're just going to talk about games. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I don't know. Like, I guess I feel like a lot of game sites are focused on games and society and cultures, which isn't a bad thing per se. I don't want to say they're not valuable. They're just not quite what I'm interested in. Ah, jeez. I forgot about the Mohawk, man. But, you know, somebody's got to report on this stuff like, hey, work conditions and things like that. And I wish the game industry maybe was a little bit more smarter about talking about that stuff. Like, I feel like if you listen to a podcast and it's like, hey, this week in news, this company is overworking these people. Like, I don't feel like the conversation is informative at all. Like, it doesn't really tell me much about, like, it's really just like a bunch of people around a podcast being like, hey, overworking people's bad. It's like, yeah, I guess so. But then, like, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like everybody who writes in the games industry mostly is experienced in video games and, like, playing them and, like, you know, dissecting those games and things like that. And so, like, to have them talk about, like, labor conditions and stuff, it's not, you're not really an expert on that stuff. I mean, like, yes, it's related to your industry, and I think it is, like, valuable to talk about to some extent, but, I just don't really find your specific talking about, like, that person talking about it, like, a valuable thing. So. Yeah. I try not to be hypocritical, but I know one thing that I do is, hello. Welcome, kid. I'm the boss of this city. Lady Liberty. Are we killing Lady Liberty? Oh no. What's this quiz show gonna be? If there's, you know, any kind of culture quiz, I will definitely lose. When you know the answer, get ready. Here comes the question. Which country am I living in? I didn't realize when I was supposed to press the button, but now I know. That's when the answers start filling in, is when you can press the button. Where am I originally from? I'm doing okay. Easy questions. Here comes the question. How do you say thank you in Japan? Oh, oh. Oh, shoot. I forgot to let him... I didn't want to do that. Forgot to let the text fill in. Which island is farthest south? Oh, boy. Okay. Well, you won. Oh, Shadow Moses Island. To the end of the stage. Okay, rest in peace. Up, up, down, down. But like, I don't play nearly as many Western games. That's one thing I think I fail at. Like, I still find Western games appealing, but it's very, very specific stuff. Stuff like Draconis. I feel like cheesy Western games in general. Which color do we hide? Which color do we hide? You need to bring more coins. See you. Okay, goodbye. Oh, Cactus Boy. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I guess really like those mini consoles, unless I'm very much trying to fill in a specific void, I'm not super interested in them. That, and I have a Super Nintendo Classic, and I barely touch that thing as is. I also picked the PlayStation Mini, and you know we did the stream of that, but. Whoops. I don't know anything about video games industry. like I mean, I know what I know from being on the outside of it, but like it's just how it is, you know. You're like, it's not just being a part of that industry. It's also like, you know, your individual role there and stuff. But, you know. I don't know, I really, it's one of those things that like when like you always hear about game journalists who'll be like, once they go into like the developing side of things, they're just like, I had no idea how video games are made, and now I suddenly do. I don't like this. Oh, what if I did can I do up down right now? No, I cannot. Oops. Let's try ice. Nice. I don't know if this is hurting him. It is. Oh yeah, I don't know. I think I was also talking to this with Zero earlier, just like, I think most things in the video game industry probably don't actually matter that much. Like people get upset over really weird things. And it's not that, like, it's weird, I guess. Like, at some point, oh boy. Like, I was definitely, like, around and upset at a lot of, like, really silly stuff back in the day. And, like, at some point, I think, like, you just kind of like, yeah, that's just kind of how it is. Oh, I need to be bat. That or flip. Let's try flipping. Die already. Like, I know it's like silly, but like, oh, most people talk about things like big brains end up making themselves big brains. Just talking about big brains. Like people who talk like they're smarter or something like that. Like, there's definitely something to be said about experience and like people who have like different types of education and stuff in the industry. But oh boy, that I messed that up. But yeah, it's just like a matter of like, I think a lot of times it's just like, you know, you gotta stay humble too. Like, you're not gonna know everything. Sometimes you sometimes you gotta know when you know more. Like when I was out shopping the other day, I was shopping for those games. Like I was buying those PC Engine games, and like the game I wanted to buy, Monster Maker, had like, they had two copies. One of them was kind of messed up, and the other one was fine. Like the casing and stuff was all okay, but the actual plastic around it was not, and the guy basically said he'd get me like a generic jewel case to replace it, and I was like with like switching the innards out, like because he had like a little you know plastic tray that's in there, and he was just like you know just the generic ones, and then so I was like I'll just take the one case that was like slightly damaged over the one that was majorly damaged, or like taking one of them and like switching the case out. And he's just like, well, all these jewel cases just come from the same manufacturers in Japan, you know. And like I had like the jewel cases, sure, yeah, like they may be some generic thing or whatever, but like I did know that like PC Engine games and like PCFX games had that same style of like white inner case thing. And then so I just like, yeah, this is kind of a weird conversation because actually I want to kill this guy first. Like, cause like he just really pushed me to get this like generic case thing, and I'm like, well, I don't want like just like some random black case. He's like, well, you know, that's not even the original case. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure these are the original cases for this system. And then he was telling me that the cardboard boxes were missing, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? These are jewel case games. Like, I don't know. He was a nice guy, like, overall, but, like, we just had, like, that one situation, and it felt like he was kind of just, like, being like, hey, not really bullying me, but felt like he was trying to say, like, hey, I'm the one who knows better in this situation. You should trust me, kind of thing. And like, based off what I knew about the packaging for that stuff already, I was like, wait, why can't I do this? I was like, I'm pretty sure I know more about this than this guy. He also didn't know what the PCFX was, so I was like, I don't know. But yeah, like, I don't know. Sometimes people are well-meaning, but may not necessarily know what they're doing. I generally like to believe that, you know, well, I was seeing if I could, like, freeze the boulder. I generally like to believe that, you know, people generally aim to do good in life and be kind to others. And so, like, if somebody's sitting there being like, oh, you know, you need to understand this about the industry or something, I think they're trying to help out. Like they're not necessarily, you know, sitting there trying to show off their smarts or something, but they're just trying to, you know, provide you information, especially if you're looking to get in the industry someday or something like that, and be like, hey, you know, here's something that happens in the industry that you should know about, kind of thing, I guess. I have no idea about animation industry stuff though, so I don't know if I'm completely off base on this or what. Ow! I didn't know you could come down here. Yeah, I think being humble is probably the big part of it. Like, you don't need to be self-deprecating like I am, but you know, yeah, I would say just, you know, try to be aware that you may not always know everything and stuff like that. I don't know if this is maybe too much talking about stuff. I don't know if you're even talking about this kind of stuff at all. Whoops. I was like moving, like I don't know how to explain what I was doing with my finger, and like I ended up stopping walking a few times, so. Ugh, there we go. Let's see if I can make it. Ugh. Oh, let's see here. I don't know if it's really hard. I feel like everything I'm doing that's wrong is like just me not paying attention enough. I'm not particularly stressing about this game at all. Like, I probably could have jumped over that skeleton man before he hit me, and I knew he was going to throw his head, and I could use ice to kill him. Like, if I was really, really going for it, I feel like I could be. But it's so far been a pretty gentle walk through this game. I don't know how long this game is. But, you know, I wouldn't call this a hard game so far. Oh, you can stand on their bodies. Interesting. So, like, right here, when I was, like, pressing down on the D-pad randomly, I was, like, trying to... For some reason, I was, like, using my right hand to push down the D-pad, which didn't really make any sense of why I was doing that. Oh, boy. Now, this might be rough. The checkpoint on this is a little far back, but so far it seems like we have unlimited continues, so I'm not super concerned. I had somebody comment on a video today, like something about, or no, he was replying to a comment about somebody had said something like, oh, like, he was really praising my reviews and stuff, and I'm just, and like one of the guys said like, oh, this is a gentleman with good taste or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I just like video games. Like admittedly, I've had like a lot of experience of writing stuff and making videos, and I would say I've been slow to improve at best. You know, I've been doing this for 10 years, and I wouldn't say I exactly have 10 years worth of quality in my stuff. Or at least, like, I feel like a lot of the stuff I've learned has been a slow treadmill. But there's many years where I didn't like do that much writing, or like because I was distracted by other things, either school or some other garbage. Oh no, he's gonna jump out of the ground. But yeah, I don't know, I don't know, I just feel like a guy. Like, I don't know if I really deserve the praise I get sometimes. But I'm happy like people like my stuff. Like, I'm glad. There was a while where, when I first started writing for the Speed Gamers, I did not write editorials as a courtesy to the community, which is maybe like a bad way to look at this, but like, I guess my feeling was that like my opinion mattered no more than anybody else's opinion, and it felt weird to spotlight my own opinion in those cases, like, because I just feel like I'm a guy who likes to play games, and I think everybody has their own expertise. It's just a matter of whether or not you want to like spend the time, you know, being like, if you want to spend all your time on this writing stuff. Like, there's no, I guess I have a lot of game expertise under my belt, but it's not like I have like anything that requires, I don't know. Let's stop talking about this. I feel like it's actually not that interesting to talk about, so. Konami has been, I mean, they're still around, obviously. It's been interesting that, I kind of ended up doing a lot of Konami content this year. Between, like, Team Innocent is owned by Konami now. It used to be Hudson Soft, and they got bought out. And then we did Shaman King, we did Gun Gauge, we did Castlevania 64. So, like, and then what else did we do? We did Mighty Number 9. Are those all the videos I made this year? So the majority of it was Konami. And I think even in like the blog post for the beginning of this year, like my yearly thoughts and roundup kind of thing, I was like, it's gonna be a Konami-filled year. Oops, I did the dumb thing. Like, I don't know why, like, I suddenly decided to use my other hand for that D-pad movement. Like, it doesn't make any sense, and it just increases the chance I'll duck, because then, like, I try to slip my index finger from my other hand onto the D-pad. Maybe I'm just trying to give my thumb a break. I don't know what's going on with that. But maybe don't, like, I'm not gonna sit there and comment on Konami as a company really, but like I feel like their output has been like whatever. Like they've been using their IP. You know, we're not making new Castlevania games or anything like that, but you know, they're staying somewhat busy. I don't know. I maybe don't have the extreme screw Konami feel that I think a lot of people do. But Konami is very much like not an active part of this industry, so you know. I mean, they're around, but it's not like they're doing any kind of or have any kind of E3 presence or anything like that. I'll be curious to see if they come back to games at all. I mean, like SNK Playmore did that thing where they went off and did pachinko stuff for a while, then eventually were like, hey, what if we made video games again? So maybe they'll come back to it. I mean, they're making a new Contra game, I think. I forget. I don't know if somebody is developing that externally. Bomberman R sold pretty well, I think. I don't think I really figured out what makes the most sense on this boss yet. Other than just not getting hit by those dumb bubbles. Nope, I shouldn't jump. I need to plant myself on those hands. Oh, that's nice. Do you typically do creative writing? I got a decent amount of praise in my creative writing class. I don't know if I really deserved it per se, but I don't know. Creative writing is definitely not my thing. It's very painful to write for me. I cringe at my own writing a lot. It's just very difficult for me to take my... Like, I can't do... I'm not much of a serious guy, so... It's difficult for me to write serious stories. Maybe if I didn't have, like, so much anxiety about, like, what, like, people would think about my writing, I maybe would do it more, but... That's cool, though. If you're, like, really into creative writing, though, I think that's like a great thing. That really shows, like, you know... Yeah. School is definitely a kind of a safety zone in terms of talent, I feel like. Where it's, like, sometimes your teacher will be very, like, will praise you for something. Not necessarily, like, it's bad or anything like that, but you really just don't know, like, what the teacher's, like, experience can be sometimes with that stuff. And so I think it's, like, easy... Ah! Oh, you have a professional style? I, got... the news writing people at my school love me. All my creative writing teachers, they liked parts of my writing, but I think they're pretty aware that I had very negative feelings on creative writing overall. So I think that showed through my writing of just, like, not caring enough. But I think I got some, oh, I thought I had the bat form on. I think I had some form of, like, I'm just not thinking. I'm sorry. My brain is just stuck right now. I should have apologized less on stream. That's what I should do. But yeah, like I feel like teachers are like they're a good bar to like figure some of that stuff out. But I would definitely look for like outside, like if you care about creative writing, I would definitely look for like outside like criticism as well. Because I feel like school is a very particular environment, and like your peers and your mentors in those environments can maybe, I feel like maybe have like a limited amount of feedback they can give you at times with that stuff. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I guess what I'm trying to say is that when I was in school, I had a lot of teachers who praised me for a lot of things, and then when I got out of school, those things that I got praised for, I needed to not fall right on top of this boulder. A lot of those things I got praised for, I think I also got like criticized for. Like, I don't know. Yeah. I definitely had like read some really good stuff from other students in school, but I always kind of like, I wasn't a big fan of writing classes where you had to like interpret books and stuff. I forget what those are called. Maybe just literature classes. And so like I felt like a lot of students in class really wrote those types of stuff like in that style of just like, I'm gonna make my book deep, man. And I just like, maybe the ice doesn't do any damage, it just freezes enemies. But like, it definitely, I think that's the case. And I have a hard time with that kind of writing. I was talking to somebody about it on Twitter the other day, of just like, I had a friend that was like, hey, No More Heroes about the climb of capitalism or something like that. Like how you climb up this ladder, and you know, no matter what you do, it's never enough. Somebody's always coming for you to take your spot. And that's just how capitalism is or something. And I was just like, No More Heroes to me was about a dude who wanted to kill a bunch of people, like who was in an assassin tournament thing or whatever it was, and was you know, climbing the ranks of that stuff. So like those kind of analyses of stories never really did anything for me. Still don't really do anything for me. And I feel like they're so subjective that it's very difficult to I don't know if there's a way for me to end that early. They're so subjective that it's difficult to like quantify what a book is about because of that. Like, because everybody has their own interpretation of what the book is about, and putting it in a school setting where you get a grade for what you quantify, I kind of didn't like so much. Like, creative and writing in school just seems like such a weird thing to me. But I guess it's like art. You have art school as well, so. Yeah. I had a story called, I think, Special Agent Schwartz or something like that. And the other students in the class very much disliked it. But my teacher actually liked it a lot. I think because it was so simple and straightforward. But it basically was about a dude who daydreamed about being some special agent guy, and he basically took moments in his life and transformed them into, you know, it had an overactive imagination, and like the story was not interesting. You know, at the end of the day, nothing really happened to this dude. I don't really know what to do about dodging that stuff. Nothing really happened to this dude. Nothing really happened, but it was just a story about this guy who was daydreaming about stuff at work, trying to make time pass, and more or less went home after his job. And that was just kind of it. Maybe you could sit there and read into like the mundanity of life or something, but that wasn't the intention of it. I just wrote a story that was like that, and it was kind of cheating because it wasn't supposed to be like a genre piece or anything, but I kind of made a genre piece initially, and he kind of pushed me in a direction to kind of like mix the real life stuff in a bit more. And I felt okay about it. I thought it was okay, but he really liked it, and other students did not like it so much. They thought the words were too simple. I use pretty standard language, I feel like, in my writing. I don't do anything flowery. And then people were like, oh, it's just talking heads, you're not descriptive enough of the environment. But it's like a very fast-moving story. It's not supposed to be like very descriptive. Although I feel like I was pretty descriptive in like the real life parts. I was less descriptive in like the imaginary parts. So maybe the teacher got the impression that like I was trying to, you know, make some point with that, or I don't know. Yeah, I think I mostly like. Oh, I need to move left. I think I mostly like those kind of stories, like the ones you're describing. That's I don't know. Maybe I feel like I'm a simple dude, and I just don't necessarily feel like I want to make people. It's hard. I'm trying to think if there's something about those bubbles that I can do. Like, I feel like the only time I ever got really far is when there just straight up weren't any bubbles. Like, that I just lucked out. I shot trying to charge. What time is it? 8:20? Let me in. Okay. I have no idea how long this game is. I wonder if I should focus more to make sure we beat this, if it's going to be short enough that we can do it in one stream. Go, 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 go! Yeah. I did write some like premise for some plot when I was in like high school, but I think it was like pretty much every kid's like, oh, I made an anime kind of thing. I think the note cards for those plot details are somewhere around here actually. I think I found them recently and kept them. I'll never do anything with it because it's garbage trash, but I also won a award for writing a Sherman's March to the Sea paper for school. I really questioned that award as well. I should probably stay back here so I get the full height of the jump at that part. Yeah, I don't know. Writing about video games is cool, though. You should just write about video games. That's what you should do all day, every day. Maybe I should just home shot nonstop. Alright. There we go, we did it. I don't want to sound like I'm belittling creative writing though. It's like I always like when I talk about like game culture writing and stuff, and like when I read some of that stuff, I usually just call it smart people writing. That's what I call it, because I feel like I'm very just like straightforward. I need to bring more coins. See you. Oh, we're going to space. Do I want to be a bat or do I want to flip over for that part? Let's try flipping over. Nope, flipping over didn't work. Be bat. Oh, I'm in the normal shot. Dang it. Alright, bat shot again. I definitely like school, but I don't miss it. I don't miss homework. Oh, dang it. And I think I was doing this like because I tried using the PS2 controller after playing some Mega Man X3 last time, because I was like, I'm wondering if there is an actual politics controller, and I think it really just comes down to how I position my thumb when I am using when I'm holding down the fire button kind of thing. Like I think I have the tendency to not let go of the X button early enough. And so or rather, I forgot the teams did that. I won't let go of the X button, basically, is really all I'm trying to say. And so I move my my thumb muscles, or yes, and I move the X or my thumb away from the X button, but I don't fully undepress it, basically. So. Oh, jeez. It's pretty tight if you fall down. Like, you have to be ready to get right back in your bat form. Oh, you can just platform here, actually. Maybe let's just try platforming instead of... Nope. Yeah. That's the kind of writing I like, for sure. We're definitely on the same page when it comes to that stuff. I don't read very often, despite writing. I actually am not a big fan of reading. But I like reading articles and stuff, or research things, but I don't read any creative works. And I don't like reading long-form stuff. It's part of the reason why I didn't read all of that. What is that Nintendo book? I forget what it's called. Oh boy, oh, I'm dead. The knockback in this game is pretty brutal. For as easy as this game is otherwise, falling back is just a death sentence. I think I'm gonna keep the bat as a backup and just try to platform normally for now. Problem here is that if I get bumped on the head, I'm gonna fall. Or even get bumped on the side, so I have to be ready to... I need to get out of the bat form and kill those guys. That's what I need to do. But the console wars, I haven't really read that. Oh, jeez. Okay, just one hit. Okay. I can't get hit. If I get hit, I'm dead. It'd be nice if I could shoot walls in my bat form, which I realize may have been overpowered to do. Oh boy. I did get my Wii DVD drive today, so I'm starting to set up that little crafting table thing a little bit more. I do need to get an Ethernet cable that's long enough to reach into my other room, so the table's gonna have to be in the other room because I just don't have space in here, so it'll be in my bedroom instead. And just basically took a piece of this desk that I use. I had like an extra piece of desk that I couldn't fit I couldn't fit the what's it called in. Like, it was an extra long piece of desk, so really all that would do is just go further to the right here. And just to the left of me is my sliding glass door, so there's not like a lot of room. I can sit there and just put like a thing. I'm very fortunate that this game has very generous continues. I think to some extent, because it's so generous, I'm really not that concerned about how well I do on this platforming stuff. It is surprising, like, heavy and kind of difficult to really do some precise platforming here. I'm actually kind of surprised how difficult it is. But I guess, you know, in terms of the Castlevania series, they had always been kind of difficult to maneuver, so by the time this game had come out. Nope. So yeah, we might try to fix my Wii at some point. I didn't switch to that. And I'd like to fix my GameCube as well, my old GameCube. But I haven't figured out what I need to buy for that. I don't know if I even needed the whole DVD drive for my Wii. But it was cheap enough that I just went and got the whole DVD drive. It may have just been the laser that needed to be replaced, but didn't look too much to do. PCFX lasers are surprisingly expensive, I found out. Like, I haven't had any problems with my laser, really, so it hasn't really been an issue for my PCFX, but the edges on these platforms for the bat, like deactivating the bat, is pretty gross. Like, if you just so much touch a platform, it will push you down and kill you immediately. And I feel like with the bat, it's too slow to transform and shoot here. So, like, I can't transform, shoot that guy, and then transform back to get up, and then shoot the next guy. Nope. Also, those platforms disappear pretty quick off the bottom of the screen. I guess I could shoot up. I didn't throw out that much. Don't want to do that. No, I'm good. That's fine. I'm not going to charge my bat. I'm just going to go normal. No sense in charging the bat at this point, so I'm not going to use it. Okay. Nope, missed him. Nope. I feel like if I had to use the bat at all, I'm already screwed. So let's just go for a pure platforming run. Go. Go. Missed him. Nope. Failed. Alright. Gonna focus and see if we can get past this part. Just keep on going up. And you jump to the right there. I can't jump left. That's cool, yeah. You got plenty of time to figure it out. Take some like elective classes in college, maybe, if you're interested in pursuing that stuff. Especially if you don't know what you're gonna be doing, like, you know, career-wise. I think I really encourage people to just try stuff out in college, especially early on when you won't have to, like, you know, worry about you know, the credits of your major so much. Admittedly, I kind of front-loaded that stuff, and then at the end of college, I had to take a lot of like high-level journalism and PR courses because I did too many electives up front. But I liked doing all the stuff I did, and it gave me a chance to explore a lot of things. So. Bark, bark, bark. There's a dog barking outside. Up you go. Please. Alright. Oh gosh. Okay. Whew. I need to go right. I can't go left there. If I go left, I die. Whoops. I wonder if it's the clock from Rondo. I know they reused a lot of sprite work for Castlevania, especially the Metroidvania games in particular. A lot of it came from Rondo's Blood. I'm not sure where those came from, if they're original or... Put my head on that platform above me. There's really not a lot of time to mess up here. Like, if you do one mistake, it's pretty much you're done. I think maybe the best you can get is like if you did like a short hop and failed to get somewhere. But if you hesitate for even a second. I'm gonna turn into a bat there. Right there is where I want to be a bat. Yeah. Like this, like, I honestly don't think this part is that hard. It's just a matter of like just, I guess it is hard, but like, I guess no part of this feels excessively hard because like there's just not a lot of punishment for dying. Especially like with this, you start right before it, so. Okay, there we go. I'm not familiar with the level from this point on, so I think I need to not use bat form again probably after that. Or at least try to not use bat form. It is an NES game, so they gotta pad it out at some point. This is where I needed bat. It's just platform from here again. Okay. Also probably doesn't help that I'm actually pretty tired. I'm ready for a good weekend of sleeping, hopefully. Also gonna be working, I think, quite a bit on Hunex Fighter stuff. I've been making a lot of progress on Hunex Fighters content, so I think that's gonna finish up a lot sooner than I thought it would. Admittedly, it's one of those videos where like because it's really just like 3 characters on 3 levels, there's not a lot of variety in the footage I have to show. So other than just like finding individual fights, different characters, and usually those fights I kind of use everything that I need to show in footage. So it's like really easy to just grab some footage, drop it in, and then move on from there. Oh, I forgot the thing. I was hoping I could jump down and get it, but nope, getting on here is immediate death. So like I can just kind of drop footage. It's like with gun gauge, like a lot of gun gauge footage, the script wasn't very specific a lot of times. I think there are parts in the Hunex script that are kind of specific, but they maybe aren't. Like there's just not a lot to be specific about, I guess. Or like if it's specific, I don't have to search like hours of footage to try to find one thing that happened. It's pretty much every fight, the 3 set of things I'm going to mention happens, so. Nope. Die. 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 Oh, what time is it? 8:40. But that being said, because I might focus on the Hunex Fighters video this weekend, I may skip on the quick play stream again. The thing is that I just don't have anything super readily available. I guess I could do God Eater 2. That might be an easy one. The hard thing with God Eater 2 is that like the game is so nondescript most of the time that like I can't really like choose. I guess I could choose like a specific thing to do, but like there's no like I guess one part of that game that is really easy to just like highlight or something. It's kind of just what it is. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see how I feel during the weekend and what the workload looks like. I have to start playing some more Lost Kingdoms 2 for when that podcast comes around. I forgot to change to that. I don't know how similar they are. The 2 games. I definitely was looking for the Game Boy game for a while, but I think these days it's pricey enough that I probably won't ever get it. At least, you know, purchasing it through the original hardware or something like that. I saw that Belmont's Revenge is actually more expensive than I thought it would be. So like, thankfully it is in this collection. But we'll see. I might still go for a physical copy someday. But I think this game and the Game Boy equivalent are actually pretty pricey. I feel like I'm just like not thinking now. Like I'm already charging my bat, which I know is not what I need to do here. You have to wait for a specific time to charge my bat, go up the path, let a certain number of platforms pass beside me, and then charge, and then turn to my bat. Because like if I turn into that too early there, I'll get hit by the platform above me, and well, I got hurt, and fall down. I need to not turn into a bat after that, so I need to not charge my bat again after the first bat transformation. Nope, bumped my head. I don't know if I was even on bat last time, so good chance I would just fell to my death anyways. as soon as I need it to transform. Head bumper. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. But yeah, for craft table stuff, probably play some Labo. Probably build some Labo. I'm still trying to figure out the logistics of how to set that thing up. Definitely going to be incorporating my laptop. I'll have to see if my laptop can even take it. It might be all a waste if my laptop can't sit there and stream from that location. Probably before I spent any money, that probably should have been what I did, was make sure my laptop could stream stuff. Probably just be like a 720p stream at the very, very highest. Maybe we'll lower it more if we need to, depending on what's going on, but I don't think I'd want to go too far below 720. 480p probably wouldn't be clear enough for a craft stream kind of thing. I'm also using my Logitech camera, which those Logitech cameras I didn't have bad on. Those Logitech cameras aren't particularly great at focusing, and so if I'm moving a lot of stuff around, like will happen during our craft stream, I get the feeling there'll be a lot of like times where the camera's not going to be quite in focus in the way I want it to be in focus. So I need to not turn into a bat there, but I also already bonked my head, so it doesn't matter. Yay! Game over. This is the hardest boss. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, these the guys here. Missed them. One day I'll get him from throwing up. Charge the bat. Get up here. Drop down. Jump. 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 Shoot. And fall to my death. I mean, we can't be that far from the top. I'm imagining that's at least 2/3 the way through. Once you get past that first set of platforms and reach the second set of robots. Any kind of like extra jumping also is a problem. Like the time it takes to fall back down is very destructive, because you really only have a few seconds to get back off that platform if you jump frivolously. Oh, they're the same? Okay. Brain. I wish I could set myself the bat and then just not lose it. I really like a game on the Genesis called eSWAT. I don't know why it's just reminding me of that right now. I did save state that game though. I like his face when he shoot up. Something about it. It kind of looks like that Undertale guy a little bit. I'm curious, Alex. What game does it say I'm playing on YouTube? I never figured out how to set what game I'm playing on YouTube. I'm guessing it's probably something very old at this point, like Full Spectrum Warrior or something dumb. YouTube stream management seems like a pain in the butt. I need to figure it out more. There's a lot of things I need to figure out. I need to get the RSS feed stuff still figured out. I messed with it a little bit, but Well, I guess I could have jumped and shot down, but like I said earlier, I don't really have a lot of time to jump in this game. Or in this area. At this point, I like feel nothing. Halfway through the elevator? Okay. I think part of it's also just because I'm very tired. I'm actually more tired than I think I've been on this stream in a very long time in terms of like just like how my mind is operating. Like sometimes I get into these really weird ways, and maybe this is normal for everybody. Like sometimes I read visual information strangely, like these bars passing in front of me on the screen, like to represent the tube where the tube's being supported. Like something about those are very very prevalent to me in a way that they wouldn't be normally. Like when I first got into this space, it didn't feel as such, but like now they're very noticeable, and there's like almost a weird wave of like, I don't know if, like there's like a weird wave of visual stimulation that happens when those things pass by. So it doesn't say anything. Okay, that makes life easy. Restream doesn't have a set game on YouTube thing, but I do set the game's recordings afterwards, so. Alright. Nope! I've been using the beta version of Creator Studio, but it's kind of awful. I've set back the things that I need from it like multiple times, but they haven't re-implemented it. So, I mean, obviously I'm a drop in the bucket, and I really haven't had to mess with the Creator Studio nearly as much because I don't cut any kind of footage on the YouTube anymore. I used to have to split the streams for the quick play and the normal stream, but now I don't have to do that. So I pretty much only mess with the YouTube editor when I'm making the end of videos right now with the like advertising other videos. End slate, I guess is what it's called. Yeah, it's I think like there's something to be said about like patterns and stuff that move past the screen quickly, but like this in particular is because I'm tired. That there's just like this very weird, like, my eyes feel weird in a way that's not, it's not like a visual unpleasantness. Like there's, like, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this, because like this happened to me when I played Final Fantasy 11 a lot really late at night. Is like sometimes the sounds become very distinct to me, and like I listen to the character voices when they're like attacking, so just like the little grunts of the created characters and stuff, and it's just like something about it just like really stands out to me, like, and then like that's how I kind of knew that it was too late, is like whenever I would start to feel like a lot of stimulation from sound, and I guess maybe visuals is the other thing. I guess in some ways it's kind of like I see it, I note it, like, but my eyes may like take longer to register what it is, maybe, or like my eyes, like my brain takes longer to register what it is, and so like it's almost like it's surprising to me every time it passes by or something in some ways. It's a very, very strange way to put it. I'm not gonna make it. Yeah, it's not good. I'm not a big fan of the YouTube editor either. Oh, I guess the question is, can I be doing something better here? I feel like the jumps I'm generally doing okay on, but like stuff like that is very difficult to recover from. Like I pretty much just barely got out of there. The transforming into a bat thing seems like you have to be very, very cautious of where you do it, and then I can't miss one of those hits. I can't be hit by anything because it will literally just kill me. Cause like the knockback is just gonna make me bounce for so long. And like it's gonna make me bounce backwards, and these platforms are already super tiny. Like, I don't think ice would help me at all here. Like, it would freeze enemies, but then they're just in my way. I guess I could try homing. See if I can get past enemies quicker that way. Like, whenever they come up, just throw a homing shot up. Nah. I'd have to wait to get multiple enemies at once. It's not really much of a point to it. Please. Okay, try not to fall. Jump too soon. Nope. Okay, explosion. Okay, I got lucky and it spawned over there. Pretty sure that was the end. Or at least it seemed like the end. There's only one platform left sitting there. I needed to charge and turn into a bat. Okay. I also watched some Crystal Pepsi marketing videos the other day, like marketing training. I don't know what was up with that. I think I was just like... I haven't been listening to as many video game podcasts and stuff lately, and so like I feel like I'm trying to still fill that void a little bit. So I end up like watching random garbage. It was interesting though because you like get to see the different sale techniques they had with different suppliers. Not really different suppliers, but like people who were like, "Oh, I don't have, you know, place to put this thing." And they like basically what it really was them saying like, "Oh, you should do this and your profits will go up if you do it," kind of thing is really the selling point whenever they said anything. So it's just kind of interesting to see. Oh boy. No, it's not that interesting, honestly, but there's another grocery store one that it started playing, but it was giving me anxiety, I guess, because it's like a bunch of grocery store employees like doing a bad job at their jobs and like being a really bad customer service rep, and like I don't know, it was difficult for me to watch. I forgot if you touch the side of the platforms, you just untransform. Got him. Nope. Oh, nice. Got him there. Okay. Now you just gotta get up here without them falling. 2 weeks in a row of this, like, getting stuck on something. I'm very much looking forward to starting Tales of Tempest. If only because it will be a bit less, taxing. Admittedly, RPGs have their own problems of like, oh, if you're not paying attention, you can get lost pretty easily and stuff, so we might run into that issue, but I do feel like with RPGs, you don't really get stuck in ruts per se. It's more of just like, oh, I don't really know where to go, so I'm just going to kind of walk around and try to figure that out. Although I'd say that, like, that's more embarrassing than stuff like that. Like if somebody very clearly told you to do something in an RPG and you're just not doing it, and it's just like, oh, whoops, I was talking to the stream when that box of dialogue passed by and my brain didn't register anything that was said in this box. And the box literally just says, go to room 301. And you're like, all right, where do I go next? And you're like, I don't know where to go. Those platforms despawn like as soon as they hit that UI. It's kind of crazy. Like, you think they give you a little bit more time, but it's pretty strict, actually. Did I have trouble on a boss for Spy Fiction? I can't really remember. I'm definitely just thinking of Sigma right now, though. Oh, which boss was that? I was talking about Spy Fiction the other day. Specifically because I'm not very good at stealth games. Somebody mentioned that, like, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater was, like, one of their least favorite Metal Gears, and I was like, yeah, I think I agree with you. Mainly because it probably has the most gameplay out of them all, and I actually don't like the Metal Gear gameplay that much. Like, I mainly play Metal Gear for the story. Alright. Alright. Nope. Didn't make it. It was the final boss? I remember the dude with the gun arm thing. Oh yeah, I remember like having like a part where I yelled at him at the end or something. Because I was like, oh god. I had forgotten about that. I feel like that didn't take like a good chunk of an episode though. I could be wrong. It's at least not like Sigma where it took an entire stream to get through it. Oh boy. Need to jump later. Alright. Go for it again. It's weird because this game is like overall fairly easy, but this particular section and that like weird, like any part of the game where you like have to do some like somewhat intense platforming is just very very challenging. I wonder if part of it's also because, like, in this game, he's kind of a weird shape and size compared to, like, a Castlevania game. But you have, like, a lot of control over your jump and stuff. Why? Alucard's eyes closed? I asked. I need to turn into a bat! I forgot the part that I need to turn into a bat! Nope. Touch my head on the platform. Okay. I don't remember that fight at all. I do remember fighting the dude who was like running up at me, and I was scared about that. I don't remember fighting a clone. Oh! The Dietrich fight! I forgot about that fight entirely. I need to turn into a bat. Maybe I should yell that out the next time I kill the second monster. It's just like, bat time! So I remember every time. Rather than, like, remember at the last second when it's too late to do it. Okay, he's dead. And bat time. Now fly. Wait, where's the platform? I thought a platform came down there at that point. Maybe I was too late for it. And like the thing is, like, you can't really use the bat as a backup, because if you bump your head on like a platform like that, if you turn into a bat, you're just gonna get hit by the platform again almost immediately. Dietrich Troy or something like that. That was that fight. I've forgotten about that entirely. I remember it being pretty low on ammo for that fight. Bat time. Let me up. I feel like that platform wasn't there last time, but maybe I was wrong. Alright, so this is when the rockets start coming. Okay. Nope. Couldn't make that jump. Nope. Didn't hit him. Starting to lose my patience with this. Also trying to feel somewhat more awake by drinking this soda, but it's not helping. Okay. Up we go. And away we go. But I'm excited to start Tales of Tempest next week. Like, I haven't played a Tales game since Tales of Symphonia. I know Tales of the Tempest is not a very good Tales game, but it's one I've always wanted to check out. Mainly because it's an early DS game, and I have a fascination with, like, the early DS lineup. Like, maybe it's one of those things where it's like, oh, because it's a library that, like... I was a big Nintendo DS fan. And so like I really like obsessed over the DS library early on, so that's probably why it's like stands out to me. Games like that and like Lunar Dragon Song, even though it's not any good, just like me being like, yeah, that is something I want to, you know, check out at some point. And then like those games just stuck with me, and then eventually as the DS library grew and it was harder and harder to keep track of what was coming out on it, I probably just had less interest in those games. I had trouble on the fight where I need to turn into a bat, where you like fought Riku maybe? I remember watching a cutscene with Riku over and over again at one part of the game. And like being like, oh my god, I can't stand this cutscene anymore. I was very bad at RPGs back then though. I would say I'm still pretty bad at RPGs, but back then I was particularly bad. Like I never failed to bat time make RPGs way harder than they needed to be. Okay, Green Man won. Green Man 2. Rockets. Where's the rocket going? Way over there. If we can jump here. I think I want to delay myself a bit more on that jump. And I think if I do that, I will be fine. So I think if I jump too early, then I get stuck on the platform. But I'm like rushing because there's like a very tight window on a lot of these jumps already. So... But like if I go like just a bit too early, it like throws off the rhythm of everything else. But I think is why I keep bonking my head there, is because I keep failing to jump, and then that platform is lower when I start jumping across that platform, lower than usual right here. Because yeah, if I don't bonk my head, I think I just get more time. Bat time. Up. Okay. I'm not gonna make it. Kyrie's inside me? That sounds about right. Oh, I think the only Kingdom Hearts game I want to play these days is 358 divided by 2. I like the atmosphere of the game a lot, and I like Organization 13. I don't really care about Sora's story or Kyrie. That, and I get the feeling that's probably like the slowest moving of the plot. Bat time. Nope. Ledge time. I get the feeling that's like the slowest moving part of the plot, probably. It sounds like it really didn't go anywhere in Kingdom Hearts 3 either, but I don't know. I'm not too involved in that stuff. But 358 divided by 2 seems like a game that I would enjoy. Runs pretty well on Wii U as well, so I just gotta buy a copy. Oh, yeah. I remember getting through Kingdom Hearts 2 pretty easily. I just remember it was actually a hard... that was like when my PS2's disk drive was dying. And I had to go hunt down a PS2. Which is how I got that silver PS2. I went and bought silver PS2, Kingdom Hearts 2, and... No, sorry. I bought Kingdom Hearts 2 and Phantasy Star Universe on the same day. And then neither of them would load, and so I went out and bought a silver PS2, and everything was good. And then I subscribed to Phantasy Star Universe for a whole year and played it for less than a month. So... Bat time. Okay, now rocket time. This boss needs to die this time. I will not do that stage ever again, please. And I hope this is the final boss. How did a kid like you get here? But this is all... Oh, this all ends now. Die. I wonder if this is a new translation or if they, Ow. Oh, boy. If they, had a, like, prototype ROM back in the day. No. This game was fun. Like, if this is the end of the game, this game was alright. It was a fun little thing to go through. I wouldn't say it was anything amazing. It's kind of interesting. It's like almost like a weird, like, I don't know what to compare it to. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Mega Man. I'd say it doesn't feel very Castlevania-y. I haven't played a ton of 8-bit games though, so maybe there's plenty of games that are like this, and I mean, like, it doesn't feel particularly unique either, but it's cute. Like for a little side Castlevania game, it's fun. I do like that it's like, other than this part, it's pretty casual to just like stroll through this game. Like for the most part, you can just, you know, kind of walk through it. Like even the bosses are all pretty easy. That first boss didn't seem that bad once I figured out I could just basically, or that boss up there doesn't even seem that bad once I figured out that I could jump like over his sword and force him to swing it and then jump back, or like fall backwards after the jump. But like no part of this game has been stressful per se outside of this. And even this, like, I don't know how to put it. It could also just be my mood right now. I need to transform into bat, but I don't have bat out, so I need to yell, turn into a bat again. Because apparently that's the only thing that's going to keep me from not just jumping to my death. Bat time! Okay, robot number 1, robot number 2. Okay, we're gonna jump here. Not good here. I don't think there's anything I could have done about that, where that rocket was located. Other than if I was charging the bat and I went to the right, maybe. But I already know that I don't want to charge the bat while I'm doing this because it's too risky. At least lives don't matter here really either. Like, if I die, I still start back down here, so. Alright. Forgot to say bat time. Bat time, bath time. Okay, go. Bat time, please. Not right now. I guess what I meant to say is, like, I would like to get some bat time, please. Alright, there we go. Bat time. Nope. Probably not gonna make this. Ah! Not terrible. Alright, rocket is in an okay spot. That rocket is in a bad spot. I'm trying to think of what... So if the rockets spawn in a particular pattern, like, because it does seem like, and that was the same pattern as the last time I was there, but I mean, like, I know for sure that it's changed before. Like, that's not in the pattern every time. It's definitely spawned in other patterns before. That time! Then maybe if I see that one rocket in that position, I can... Okay, it's in a different position now. So we're just gonna keep playing this video game. I didn't make it. I jumped too early. But if it's in that position, I might just go ahead and try to fly up on the right side, because if that is where it's gonna spawn every time in that pattern, then I need to get out of that space because I can't jump past that thing, and I can't wait either because I'll just fall off the bottom of the screen. So, oh, I shot down. Nope. Oh, please. There we go. Go, boy. All right. Do I have bat on? Yep. Bat time. Nope. Jumped too early. Bad bat time. put that on. Okay. Yeah, I mean, at this rate, I don't have a ton of time to move around in here, so I don't want to delay too much if I don't have to. So I might just continue to try to move as fast as possible, and then bad time. Move as fast as possible, and then adjust. So like right now, we're gonna charge. We're gonna fly up. Nope. So the problem with that is that it's like right between a wall as well. So I think I have to be very precise with my bat right there if I'm gonna do that. I could also try batting it and going to the left. I'm gonna try to go between the platform and the wall again this time, but while I'm doing that, I'm gonna keep an eye on the gaps that are happening in the platforms to the right. Bat time? Too early? Nope. That would have been really good if I didn't die. I bought that Lord of the Rings The Third Age game, and I noticed on the box, I don't remember what outlet gave it, but there's just a quote on there that said, "The greatest RPG since Final Fantasy." And I'm like, oh man. I wonder if that game has aged pretty well. I remember liking it at the time, but I think it's like a very a game that people like as a movie license game, not so much as like a solid RPG on its own. At least I feel like nobody really talks about it anymore. Nope. I bumped the platform above me. It's almost like I stand on my finger when I do that. Alucard. What happens when you put Kid Dracula in a tape player? I did upload the First Kiss Story CD audio stuff, so when you put it in a CD player and everybody yells at you in the same way that like Alucard yells at you at the end of the night. I have that and oh dang, I have that and Blue Breaker up on the YouTube channel now. It's in the Everything is Terrible playlist, which is mostly just stuff I posted a long time ago. I don't really post anything in there anymore, but I figured that would be appropriate. And then I just set it to not notify anybody that it was posted that time, because it's not actually content. It's just me uploading garbage to the internet. I do need to probably use my personal YouTube channel a bit more. I don't know how I feel about this. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna charge this bat just in case. I feel like I used the bat here last time. Nope. So I think I used the bat there last time, got on the center platform, and then jumped to the left is what I did last time. Honestly, anywhere I fly with a bat in here is pretty tight, so I can't have more than one platform on screen really during a bat. Bat time. That's why this works so well, is because it's basically just that one platform that I go around. And then every other time there's like, it's just too much of a risk that I'm gonna fall. Okay, that's in a not great spot. I could have made that jump and I would have made it over. I would have made it over, but I hesitated. Never hesitate. if this is the last boss, we will beat this tonight. Like, this is completely doable. Bat time! Too late on the bat time. I didn't say it when I killed the dude. You watched every video last week? What? I don't remember what I put out last week. Or every video in that playlist is what you mean. I don't remember what's in there at all. I know there's the Animal Crossing City Folk review, which is... I originally had that thing labeled as an actual review as a joke. And eventually I just butchered the name more and more to make it very obvious that it was a joke. And then I put it on that Everything is Terrible playlist. Just to try to differentiate it so people didn't think it was a real review. Bat time! I like the one where Dracula's sad. I'm just like, oh, why are you so sad, Gabriel? Why are you so sad? There's that video of like the bouncer unboxing backwards through like the Wii Shop photo, or not the Wii's like photo channel, and like my room at that house, and you see this in the old videos, like I sometimes forget bat time. I sometimes forget bat time. I sometimes forget like just how much of a mess that place was, for various reasons. Oh boy. Okay, we're all right. We're all right. We're all right. We're all right. Up. Drop. Up. Drop. Up. Okay, he spawns on the right side of the screen here. Whoops. Ready. You know what? Nope, I'm charging the wrong attack. So when he jumps back, that's when the fire happens. Oh, he jumped. Oh, he jumped. Oh, dang it. After that big coin, kid, I'll be back. Okay, see ya. See ya. Oh, are we still going? Which will it be? Alright. Let's see how many stages are in this game. Kid Dracula. Have fun. Kid Dracula, number of levels. 2 coins for 1 medal. I'm surprised I have any coins, honestly. Do it. Okay. Let's look up Kid Dracula game facts. See if somebody breaks it down that way. Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3, Stage 4, Stage 7. Okay, so this is the final stage. Alright, let's see how this goes. Grim Reapers! Stop it. Oh my gosh, please. Lost all my hearts. There we go. Ooh. Okay, heart. Cool. You'd think space would be the final level and not an airship. Excuse me. Oof. It scared me. I should have jumped and shot instead. Oh! Yeah, hopefully we can finish this up. I will probably put the extra time in to try to finish this up real quick if, Can I not go down here? Guess I had to go up. Oh well. I have a full set of hearts, that's all that matters. Sure. Okay. Jesus Christ. Let me try ducking at this guy and see if I can hit him that way. I don't think I tried that last time. There we go. I think this game generally gives you the tools to do what you need to do. Like, I think a lot of the trouble is usually just, like, actually executing. Alright, nice and easy. Do I try to see if there's a secret over here? There's like some kind of... Nope, no platform, just the overscan. Alright, let's just go down. Oh! Okay. Come on. me see how this does against this guy down here. One hit. A lot faster. Alright, so far. Alright, so basically just want to stay as safe as possible and don't move further than one. I think that's like a lot of these games. It's a lot just about dying once and learning from it, and yeah. Especially with a game like this where the death is pretty painless. Just like, oh, they blew me up with a giant laser beam. Alright, well next time I won't be blown up by a giant laser beam, hopefully. Except for I still got blown up by a giant laser beam, but there's just me not being cautious enough. I already have max hearts, so. This guide said this stage was hard. I think this is a lot easier than the last stage. Ow. I'm trying to think if there's a better way to hit his head other than homing shot, because these homing shots are not quite working out in the way I want. Oh, I could flip the room? Robo Daddy. Rest in peace, Robot Daddy. Which will it be? Hey, this guide lied. Let's play Jab and Pop. I don't remember if I have any coins. Jab me, stab me, scratch that itch for me. Okay, apparently I have a lot of tries. See you again. Good luck. Apparently not. Apparently there's a level 9. So maybe the Game Boy version has less? Because I looked up the Game Boy version. Or, hey, maybe this is the final boss. Okay, I don't know if I'm doing damage. Definitely not making any sound like I'm doing any damage. gonna try ice, maybe? He's a fire enemy. Not that ice has been like a particularly effective thing. Okay, yeah, I think that's definitely what I need to do. Nope. Alright. I assume this is a boss rush. Four. 3. I'm not gonna make it. Oh, I gotta do this again. I hate it when he spawns like right on top of me. Alright. So let's flip up, kill this guy. Oh, come on, camera, please. Oops. Okay. And then I should have enough time to get through here now that he's dead. Ah, I jumped into the spike. Okay. I don't trust the collision on those spikes to flip right beside the wall. Gosh dang it. You really have to hit the top of that platform or else you get killed. I need to stay in the center of the screen, so I have to push the screen back. Flip, and a go. on! Drop. I don't really know what the best thing to do here is. Maybe just sit here and spam shots. Yeah, I figured this was gonna happen. Maybe I should fly with the bat at this point. Just so I can get a head start on this area. So I don't have to sit there and wait for the platform. Although I'm guessing those wrenches are specifically made to be like, hey, don't do that. Oops. I feel like I'm out of things to say about this game. I guess, like, maybe the thing I could say is that, like, you know, as a game on its own, it's fine. I wonder if people mostly, you know, talk about it because it's a Castlevania spin-off thing. A cute Castlevania spin-off thing. Not just, you know, just some random, you know, side-scrolling shooter kind of thing. Or not really shooter, but like slow Mega Man kind of thing. Alright. I, King Garmoth, shall kill whoever defies me, not defiles. Oh. Well, I'm dead. How far back does this put me? All the way back here. If I can get to the final boss with reasonable health, we'll make a save state there. But I'm already messing up pretty bad, so I think I'm just gonna die and restart. Lives don't matter at this point, it seems like. Although I would lose my 5 life thing. So maybe I will make a save state after this death. So make sure I don't lose my 5 hearts. What time is it? 9:46? We're still doing okay. There, shoot you. Nope, I was too close to him. I don't know if there's any hearts on the way from here to any of the other bosses. I don't recall seeing any hearts. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a bat. Only thing is being that if I turn to a bat, they start chucking wrenches, but as long as I can generally get rid of them. Seems like that's probably okay. Maybe I shouldn't. Like, there's plenty of time to walk through here. And it only seems like they throw the wrenches if I'm a bat. Alrighty. Take that, please. Takes like 30 million years for that to get off the screen. Yeah, I think we'll just do normal throwing stuff. Oh, whoops. Gotta be a bit more careful. Oh yeah, I can't jump into that platform. I guess that's the one bad thing about getting on here late, is that there's the chance that I'll get in a position where I'll need to shoot and I can't keep the speed I want. Explosives. I can't remember if I can make multiple save states. I might just go ahead and make a save state at the boss and see if we can learn the pattern, and if it's easy enough we can probably get through with 2 hearts. I don't think I ever really found out what worked best against the boss. We'll just try the normal though. Okay. Ready. Finish this up. Because I gotta go to bed for work tomorrow. Okay, that does nothing. Maybe explosions on his mouth is probably the best thing to do. That's a pretty tight fit in there, actually. But I feel like that's where you need to be. Let's try shooting ice in his mouth real quick. I don't think that will do it. Just want to make sure. It does damage, but I think explosion is probably better than stand like right there. All the explosions going off. Or as close to right there as I can. Maybe shoot a little early, maybe. That was too early that time. Oh. Oh, I get it in time. Okay, there we go. Oh, is that the end? Rumors that Kid Dracula defeated Garmoth. I don't know if Garmoth is a Castlevania character. I don't think I've ever seen that name used before. Let's look it up. Garmoth, Castlevania. Okay, Garmoth is a boss in Symphony of the Night at the very least. Once again, Dracula became the Dark Lord. That's a cute screen. Programmer Shido Murata. We did it. I'm still tired, but we did it. That was fun. I would definitely not make that as like a... It's like an interesting curiosity of the Castlevania series, but it's not like anything... It's curious mainly because of its style. Like, the second you know what this game is, you probably got what you needed to out of it versus actually playing it. That's a fun thing. It's cool they put it out again, too. Like... this and Bloodlines were definitely underrepresented. That in the Game Boy games. Castlevania Legends hasn't really had a re-release. Castlevania I think Castlevania 2 Return of Belmont or Revenge of Belmont or Belmont's Revenge or whatever it's called on Game Boy is pretty well liked for the most part. So it's nice that they re-released some interesting stuff in here because they could have just put the normal stuff in there. It may come to fight you. I question if this is a Alucard. It seems pretty much just like Dracula, based off the story, unless in the manual it says Alucard specifically. And now the question is this one of those end screens where it stays on the screen forever, or is there something that says saving? Let's check out the manual. Okay. Oh, is this not the actual manual? They just made a PlayStation manual. Whoops. I'm gonna guess that's it. Thanks for coming. I'm glad we got through it in one playthrough. I think that could be a lot shorter of a game. I definitely didn't pay a ton of attention towards the beginning of it. That pillar part isn't that hard once you I think figure out when the right times are to jump. But it is very tight. You can't really mess it up. You have very, very few circumstances of recovering from that, I think. So yeah, I guess that's it. Thanks for coming. Next week we'll start Tales of the Tempest. And hopefully that goes well. It's the Wii U emulation of the DS, so there's a good chance that maybe something will break at some point, and we'll have to move on to something else. I haven't really thought about what will be that moving on thing. I probably should figure that out, because if we get 30 minutes into the game and it just straight up soft locks or something and we can't go any further, then we're kind of screwed. So we'll see how it goes. So it seems like it runs for the most part fine. So yeah, thanks for coming. I may have a quick play up this week. I'm not quite sure what the plan is. I do want to kind of focus on getting my Hunex Fighters 98 video done, because it is moving along pretty smoothly, and I kind of just want to keep it moving and just get it out. I wasn't thinking I was going to have a full video out by the end of this month or by the first week of next month, but I think it's very, very possible with where we're at right now. So I'll go ahead and try to get that out, have the resource page posted up as well at the same time. So if you do want to play Hunex Fighters 98, you can. I hopefully give you as many resources as you need, And you don't necessarily have to import a PCFX. There are other ways to play PCFX games. So yeah, but it is a little bit of the save state route of just dropping the save file into an emulator with your copy of First Kiss Story is definitely the best route in terms of just like putting it in, going and playing it. But playing PCFX games via like Metafine, something like that, isn't the super easiest process, but it's not hard either. You just got to kind of know what you need to do. So, yeah, thanks for coming. OneChillReport.com is the website, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.